Minecraft. The world where the doors break. The game where friends build amazing towers. The game where everyone takes your iron. The game where friends, dig up your front lawn and floor. Let's remake it. Yeah, I know what you're thinking. Hasn't that been done before? And to that I say, no, of course it has. But did I make it? No. The first version was very rudimentary, because I had to go out and make a height map using a different program, and plug said height map straight into the program. For the example on the screen, here's that height map. But for one of the earlier versions, here's one. The only difference was that it was black and white, and I made it more colorful for the viewer's sake. The unfortunate part about the first version is that since it was so primitive, I did not bother making a save, since it would have been easy to remake if I did end up losing it. That's why this was remade. The first version that I did save was much the same as the non-saved one. The big difference is that it no longer used the pre-generated height map. Oh, and there are now some different blocks. There's also a bit in the code where it seems to create water, but, that's bugged. This version of the game also boasts a limited amount of blocks due to performance issues and only in a preset radius. But that radius controls how many chunks there are, albeit the chunks didn't really make much of a change. The next version is much better sorted than the last version. This version has now made the land solid and added some new blocks. Gotta say, I forgot about the FOV change that I did. But I cannot tell what is gravel and what's stone. They're both gray! Why do you gotta make them both gray? The world is also still limited by the performance. The third version overall improves the performance of the game and allows for a larger player area. Though the version it had some bugs, like the world is just kind of missing. I'm actually moving my mouse right now. After fixing that bug, I managed to get some textures in. You see nothing? After fixing that bug, I managed to get some textures in. Totally not using the Minecraft texture on the top. No, not me. For the fourth version, I got some more textures going. And I also got an algorithm that removes the side of chunks. Although, doesn't seem to be working the best. Well, version 5 has the most versions of them all. It's also quite the mosh pit of additions and bug fixes, building up to the main feature. Anyhow. Speedrun! Tree, better tree and buggy movement. Water tree, both on water and growing water. Solid water. Amazing looking water and stacking trees. Buggy water again. And a new grass texture. Fixed stacking tree generation. Broke the stacking tree generation and fixed the water. Again. Seems I lost some versions. Still gone. Working teleport for when the player falls out of the world. New stone texture. And grass texture's back. The world is now moving. Although there's still a few bugs that need to be worked out. Fixed the magic chunk and I changed the Minecraft grass texture for my own. Well, that was fun. The versions being lost might have had to do with some bug that I had made and just restarted development in an earlier version. I'm also going to take the chance to explain what's going on with the moving world. Basically, I have a big preloaded area, and when the player moves around it, it just shows a smaller portion of that preloaded area. Very simple. For the sixth version, it's time to press Ctrl S. That's right, we got saving chunks. It's also time to press the loading button. That's right, chunks can now be loaded. Now it's time to press Ctrl Z, because the trees are now growing null blocks. I think I removed too much. Chunks are now off in the distance. Hell yeah, the world's back. The world loading is back, and this time there's no biting, unloading, and loading anymore. So, what changed for the world loading between the 5th and 6th versions? Well, remember how there was a preloaded area? It's exactly like that, but without the preloading. Well, sort of. The chunks get preloaded around the player and then saved, and then it takes those saved chunks that are also around the player, but at a smaller radius, and loads them into the world. And finally, the 7th version. This one's still in development, so it's far from perfect from what the version is trying to accomplish. There are some random crashes from time to time, and sometimes the world is just missing. Besides, there are no visual changes. All that changed was some background stuff to make the world loading process better. Overall, I am very happy with this project. It has been a long since month in development. So many bugs relating to optimizations that I needed to fix. It was just an absolute... It was a great time. It was a great time, and thank you all very much for watching. And I'll see you next time. Bye-bye!